I'm doing a hive inspection on the newer hive. The only reason why I'm doing it now is because they're starting to build comb in this feeder that I put in here. So I just want to make sure that everything in the hive is okay. And you can see that in here there's comb where there shouldn't be, because bees will find any space available and build comb out. So I'm going to take the feeder off, clean out the comb that's in here, and then figure out what else is going on. In this frame, there is a lot of capped honey around the upside, the top and the sides, and then new larvae in the middle. So that means the queen went on her mating flight and came back and is now producing bees. And there is our queen. There is the queen right there. On the capped honey and old larva. In there. There will be bees soon. In general, we have a lot of honey. We have some frames that are being built out like crazy on top of other frames. Just the way they're like, there's a lot of protrusion of one frame to the next. So it's going to be hard to fit these back in here properly, just the way they're building out the honey. So they're really picking and choosing what frames they are really building out and what frames they aren't. So for example, that is barely anything. The frame that next to it, and this is what I mean by like they have to go back in kind of like in the same order, and I'm taking them out because you could see that this frame is protruding out and fitting into the spots over there where there's no honey being put at all. So this is just straight honey and capped honey. It's being built out weird just to fit in perfectly with the one next to it and each corresponding one. However, this frame has a bunch of brood. They're the yellow part in the center. New larva, cap brood. Not only this is like the first cap brood I'm seeing, and then the other one is just open brood that will be capped soon. This is what I mean by they have extra comb wherever they find space. They're just putting extra comb. I just took out what looks like to be like 2 queen cups, just taking it out as a preventative measure. We can't have swarming happening again. And as I'm pulling these frames out, I'm getting some honey leaking out because I'm separating it from one frame to the next, and they're, I guess, so attached to the next frame that when I pull it apart, I'm losing some of the honey. This frame has basically all capped brood in the center. Basically the whole frame is capped brood. Other side, basically same thing. We have a lot of honey and capped brood. If you could see in there, there are new eggs in these cells. So much capped brood on this side. And again, more capped brood on here. They're just building out so much extra comb on the bottom of on these frames. Okay, in summary, there is a lot of honey, a nice amount of brood. Some frames are getting intertwined with each other, so I'm gonna probably have to figure out what to do and ask how to. It's probably just rearranging the frames, which I did a little bit of rearranging. I'm gonna come back in a week, see if I could rearrange some more. Saw the queen, new eggs, new larvae, a lot of honey. I put on the feeder just so they could finish up what's in there. And then after that, I'm going to take this off and not feed them anymore because I don't think they need it. There's just a couple frames that they haven't messed with at all yet. In general, I'm very happy with how this hive is coming along.